Proper for us to kill the sons of Dhritarashtra and our friends. What should we gain, O Krishna, husband of the goddess of fortune? And how could we be happy by killing our own kinsmen? O Janardana, although these men, their hearts overtaken by greed, see no fault in killing one's family or quarreling with friends, why should we, who can see the crime in destroying a family, engage in these acts of sin? With the destruction of dynasty, the eternal family tradition is vanquished, and thus the rest of the family becomes involved in irreligion. When irreligion is prominent in the family, O Krishna, the women of the family become polluted, and from the degradation of womanhood, O descendant of Vrishni, comes unwanted progeny. An increase of unwanted population certainly causes hellish life, both for the family and for those who destroy the family tradition. The ancestors of such corrupt families fall down, because the performances for offering them food and water are entirely stopped. By the evil deeds of those who destroy the family tradition and thus give rise to unwanted children, all kinds of community projects and family welfare activities are devastated. O Krishna, maintainer of the people, I have heard by disciplic succession that those who destroy family traditions dwell always in hell.
Everyone, my name is Aya. First of all, I would like to say that I care very much about the things that need to be expressed. And I ask God consciousness, the origins, the seed of where we come from to use me. I am a servant. I am the servant to God consciousness that is within me. I am not separate from it. And so I say that, and I give away my fear because I'm afraid of not saying the right things. I'm afraid that I'll get in the way. I'm afraid that I won't say enough or I'll say too little. So I ask for balance, and I ask in humility. And I call upon the great gods of nature, of creation, Vishnu, Brahma. I always leave one out. It always happens to me. Saraswati, Lakshmi, Parvati, and I said Vishnu, Brahma, and Shiva. Yes, I call upon those energy grids to assist me. I want to say that I give thanks for all of our ancestors. I give thanks for the lessons that we are to learn at this time in our great history. The lessons that we are to learn from chaos, from death, from rebirth, from karma, and moving forward, how to let go, how to move forward, how to forgive, and how to love, how to fight, and how to make up. I ask for wisdom, and I ask for reassurance, certainty that we are moving in the right direction. I ask for people to connect with their soul consciousness and ask their soul how it intended for the body to feel this lifetime, what to do at this time. A great opportunity is coming up during the lunar eclipse on June 5th, which will be in Sagittarius in opposition to the North Node in Gemini, for us to stay in our spiritual zone and ask for guidance and have the courage to go on that journey of our highest consciousness and connecting to who we are this lifetime and what soul and God wants to communicate through us as servants of God. And that's what's coming to me. In order for us to move forward and liberate ourselves, where do we begin? Well, we begin first of all where we're at. It's not going to change overnight, but anger is a good cleanser. Actually, rage, if used properly, is a good cleanser of energy. It helps people to know where your boundaries are. It helps to get you moving if there has been inertia and stuckness. And so a good healthy dose of rage will pull you out of being a doormat, to doing something, to saying something, to taking action. Because being spiritual, having a spiritual mindset is not about sitting still. Sometimes it is, but sometimes it's not. But it's not all about just sitting still and doing nothing. So you start off where you're at and you ask, what is it in me that is creating any part of this? Because it's really hard to look at the outside world and see the drama that is happening on the outside of you. And that could be inside your home, even. It could be within your family, and see yourself. One of the biggest lessons that I've learned recently is the reason why certain things and certain people and situations keep coming back over and over again as lessons is because I haven't liberated myself. A big issue in my personal life that needed to be healed is unconfidence in myself. And that is a thread of trauma in my family. And all of us seem to point the finger at one another and be like, well, I'm not going to validate you. I'm not going to help you. I'm not going to love you, at least on their end towards me. That's what the message has been. It's like, you're doing better than me. You don't need my help. It's all about who's doing better. And on the inside of myself, I'm like, I do need validation and I do need help. But I'm going to help you with what I can help you with. I'm going to validate you. And it's just like this cycle of people feeling offended by me because I think I'm better. And I'm like, I don't think I'm better. I actually need your support. But acknowledging the root of my wound as being the same as theirs. Like you know how you know it, but you don't know. I don't know how to express it. I hope I'm expressing it correctly. So seeing how you are the same and not different will help liberate. There's a cord, a psychic cord that connects us to certain traumas and dramas. And until it's recognized, you won't be able to free yourself. That's basically what I'm trying to say. And I hope that example helped. Another example that's coming to me for people who watch the last Airbender Avatar series. If you guys remember that episode where the two tribes are going at each other's throats, are going like back and forth for centuries because of stories that get told over and over again that create resentment and hatred. And it's not until they see how they're the same that they're freed. And I know at this sensitive time that, on one end, people are like Black Power, which is correct, fine. Yes, Black Power, empowerment. And how we will empower ourselves is by liberating ourselves and making those individual life changes. If you can't protest, if you can't be out there on the front lines, then you can continue to clean up the karma in your life and with your ancestors, and getting back to ancient rituals like the Bhagavad Gita was saying in the clip that we were just listening to. Getting back to the ancient rituals that keep the family together, that keep people in righteousness, and that keep people liberated and creating good dharma for families for generations to come. And I know this is kind of like maybe a kumbaya message compared to what is transpiring out in the world. But I have a stellium in Libra, which means that I'm always going to find the opposite ends to be the balance. So forgive me, anyone who is more on their militant-ish right now. And I'm also in Cuzco, Peru, which makes me a bit more maybe chill, you know, in my delivery and approach. But I do have compassion for the pain and the tears and the bloodshed of everyone who is feeling it real heavy deep down in their soul right now. Wherever you are in your process, that's where you're supposed to be. And I do believe that we can move with that energy into the direction that is for your highest and best good. And I wish you nothing but peace. Peace, peace, peace to you. Go into my description. I'm leaving How to Build an Ancestor Altar by Ishtar Ali, and also a video by me on how to build an altar for your health. Also, a description of how you can contact me for my spiritual counseling services, if that is something you feel moved in your soul to do. I offer astrology, Reiki, trauma healing, really all in one package. I have been offering everything separately, but honestly, most of my sessions end up with me combining basically everything I've got in order to help someone. If that's what their soul needs, I do what it takes to assist you in awakening and all your awakening symptoms, which can vary from being you seeing numbers and flashes of lights and buzzing in your ear, to being stuck and being in a lot of turmoil and trauma and pain, or your ancestors coming up, or dark-sided energies coming up. And there's just a lot that can happen because everyone is so different, you know? I appreciate you. Love you. Peace to you. Bye for now.